no matter how far we've gone astray, Our Lady's always out looking for us and wanting us to come back and calling us back and doing all in her power. She's full of mercy. And on the eve of divine mercy, I must say it was most beautiful and so uplifting and so encouraging for all those who have gone astray. We're all sinners, so we're all, Our Lady's all the time calling all of us back to her son Jesus. So thank you so much, Father, for a wonderful talk tonight. Thank you.
Thanks a million, Father Columba. Our next speaker is MaryMoore. Mary is a member of our Presidium here in Donabate, and she lives here with her two sons, her two lovely sons, and her husband here in Donabate. And she is going to speak to us about her rediscovery of her faith. Mary, you're very welcome.
Hi, Lorraine. How are you?
How are you doing, Mary?
Now, so you'll have to bear with me. I haven't done this before, but I don't mind coming on because I love Our Lady. So I think she'll help me. She'll guide me as I'm going along. But I just like to say, growing up, like I wasn't like my mother would have had faith growing up, but I didn't grow up in a family that was, we were sent out to church and we were told, do your prayers or do the rosary, or because there was loads of us, there was 10 of us, so we were just basically thrown out into the street to go out and play. But we weren't but she had great faith. I knew growing up my mother had great faith, and she had the statues of Our Lady and Sacred Heart. But again, we were never thrown out to mass or to pray, or so we just, but we knew she loved Our Lady. So I just went along, and I'd go to mass with her sometimes. Just, I parked my faith for a long time. I went off and lived in London and lived in Germany. But the funny thing is, when I went to Germany, and even though I didn't speak the language at the time, I'd go to mass in Germany. God knows what type of mass it was. I just see the church and I'd go in and I'd listen, but I'd still go in, But I just always loved God as well, and I always had a great. There was always something there. But with Mary, I don't know what is it about Mary. I've always for years and years wore the miraculous medal, and I've always worn, and every time it'd come off, I wouldn't feel safe. It was just something I had with Mary. I just always loved her from 13, 14. Even if I didn't go to mass, I still always wore the medal, the miraculous medal. But there's just something about Mary I love. And now, so this is the funny thing, this is how I got into the Legion of Mary with Lorraine. I was in Donabate car park, and I seen a load of women praying at the grotto, and I thought, oh, I wonder what they're doing. I knew you were praying, and I said, I've actually only learned to say the rosary last July, was it? About 8-9 months ago.
Yeah,
well, I'm still only learning. I still don't know all the mysteries. I still don't, but I'm learning. And I met Lorraine, and I just said, what are you doing? And she says, the rosary. And I said, can I join you? And she says, yeah. So from there on, Lorraine got me in, and she's teaching me and she's guiding me, and she's fantastic. There's times now when I get mixed up with all the prayers, but that's going to take a while because there's so many prayers. I've years to catch up on, but I absolutely love it. And I find now that I'm praying more, and I'm learning the rosary more, and I just I feel stronger. I feel like Our Lady does have a mantle around me all the time. Now I felt that anyway, but because I'm praying more, I as a person, I feel stronger. I just feel so strong. And anything that's coming up against me now, I don't feel, the way you'd be weak, or I just throw it all up to our Lord. I say, let go, let God. And I just let go, God deal with all. And just, it's just amazing. I just feel so much stronger. But the Legion of Mary, I have met so many friends that I have so many friends, like social friends and stuff. But the friends in the Legion, oh my God, they are so funny. And people are thinking me saying I'm in the Legion of Mary. Their crack is 90. It's absolutely brilliant. We've so many different characters, and we're all so different. We're all so different. We're all from different walks of life and different, but we all just click, and we've all got the same love for Our Lady and our Lord. It's just amazing. And the funny thing about having friends in the Legion, they're not just friends. They're friends that I've friends 20, 30 years, and I only know these ladies probably 8 or 9 months now. And you could nearly trust them with your life. You tell them things that you've told nobody, because they're friends, that they're not going to backbite you. They just want to help you. You can have friends and acquaintances, and but you know that your friends in the Legion have your back and they want to support you and help you. It's just that I've just met wonderful friends, and I'm just so happy to God for it. And they're teaching me every day, that they're really like teaching me so many. I can't even explain what they're teaching me. They're just teaching me to be a better person in life, and just fantastic. I just love the Legion.
Can I just come in
It's
there,
my-
Mary, and say,
Yeah.
sorry for interrupting you, just come in and say that it's one of the one of the characteristics of the Legion of Mary actually is that teaching goes on, but it goes on among everybody. It goes both ways, and we're learning an awful lot from you, because you've great wisdom, you've great experience of life. Just tell us a little bit about starting the Rosary with your family and friends.
Do you know what? It's having a knock-on effect on everybody, everyone I'm around. I'm getting friends into the Rosary, friends that I would have never thought. Now, there's friends that I would have thought that would have joined that didn't come in with us, and there's friends that I would have thought, oh, you know, there's no way. But they were the ones that come in and are still at it and still doing it. And the funny thing is, like, my sons, when I pray, like, they pray with me at night time. I did always pray with the boys. I'd say prayers at night time, at bedtime. But now my boys are coming down to me. What time is this Rosary at? Is it 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock? Now, the funny thing is, because I was busy last week when we were doing the Rosary, I was leading it. But then one of the girls, that she's a friend, so it's a friend of my niece's friend's auntie, she came in, and she's very devout, and you know, she's just fantastic. She's leading it now. They're giving out to me to say, are you leaving us now? I haven't left them. I was just really busy last week. I'm just praying all the time. I just seem to be praying all the time. I just love it. But yeah, it's fantastic. And I felt my sister hasn't been to confession in 30 years. And she went to confession the other day, because they're all doing the Divine Mercy now too as well. At one stage, I think we had 15, and we had 4 kids on at one time as well. So the kids, so my nieces, all her children, so they're all starting to learn all the prayers and the Rosary. And beforehand, they wouldn't have known. Like, with my children, I'd have sleepovers and stuff, and it's actually very, very sad. There's so many children that don't know the Hail Mary, don't know the Our Father, and it's just, and to see my niece's child now, and my sister-in-law, she minds another child, they all come in and they were praying as well. And when I go out now, like, my friends are saying to me now, like yesterday, my sister-in-law, can we go to the graveyard and do the Rosary? And then we done for the souls in purgatory as well. So with all the prayers I'm learning from the Legion of Mary, I'm able to spread it out among my family and friends, and it's just fantastic. It really is. It's lovely.
Yeah,
but the Rosary, but the family Rosary is lovely.
Yeah, the family Rosary is wonderful. You're absolutely fantastic, Mary, and it's been a real joy having you over the last year.
I've learned from the best. I've learned from the best.
I just sorry. There's a question coming in for you here on the chat from Patricia. Hi, Lauren. If there's an opportunity to ask Mary how she introduced the Rosary to her non-praying Rosary friends, this is something I'd like to do with my friends who are very uninclined to pray it. Yeah, there's a question.
Well, I would say to her to tell her friends, like, if they're sad, or this is the way I put it to my friends, like, when if I'm not saying the Rosary, it's hard, because they kind of sometimes look at you and think you're mad. They do, like, a lot of people kind of just look at me and say she's mad. But the amount of strength you get so much strength from saying the Rosary, and so much peace of mind and in your heart. And the minute you mention peace and happiness and strength, then they're all like, oh, well, okay, if she's getting a bit of peace and a bit of strength, I want some of that. So sometimes that helps, you know. But some people will just kind of look at you as if you're nuts. So I've got that a few times. Like, I've been called the Bible basher, everything, you name it, I've been called. But I don't care. I still, do you say a Rosary? And I've given out so many pairs of Rosary. Every time I go somewhere now, I buy Rosaries and I give them out to everybody. And the kids, we bought the little bracelets for the kids, and all the kids have the Rosaries under their pillows. And just, you get so much strength from Our Lady. She's absolutely amazing, and I love her. And I just stay in me Legion of Mary, and it's just amazing. Yeah, because I've just so many look.
Well done, Mary. You've most beautiful Marian heart, and I think you were made for the Legion of Mary. Thank God that you came up to us that day there at the grotto, and not only have we become good friends, but you've given us so much, and you've great wisdom as well. You've great experience in life, great outlook, and you really do encourage all of us. The way you never give up, and you just keep going. Just, I suppose, since you're talking there about the strength that the Rosary has given you, and that the strength you've got from Our Lady, would you encourage people to join the Legion of Mary?
Oh God, yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with prayer, can you? Like, I mean, you can only get stronger, like with prayer. You learn so much. It's not just about prayer. It's the whole social aspect of it, like all your new friends and friends that you're not going to meet, like, because you have so much in common. You're not going to meet friends like this. It's like a bond, and it's so much fun, and you get to do wonderful things, and it's just lovely. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I would encourage everybody to join the Legion of Mary.
Good. It's a real family, actually, isn't it? So if there's any of you out there listening who aren't members of the Legion, you might consider it. You can approach your local parish, or you can just email any of us here. Email
You
Friday.
can come out to us in Donabate. Yeah.
You can come out to us in Donabate. Some people joining from the US. It might be a bit of a journey for our American listeners tonight to come all the way here. It doesn't mean they're not welcome. Mary, thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much for that lovely testimony. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thanks a million. God bless.
Thanks, ladies.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you.
Great inspiration, I must say. Lovely. And Lauren, now that Mary's speaking about joining the Legion, how did you get involved in the Legion?
Yeah, do you know, I can remember my first Legion Mary, my Legion of Mary meeting, and I remember it very, very clearly. In fact, I'm trying to think how I got there. I think perhaps the parish priest I was living in, so I think the parish priest maybe promoted it, and I thought, I think I'll go. Something anyway. Something made me go along to that. But I thought I'd never get out of it. It was the funniest thing. I thought I'd never get out of it. I was sat there and I thought, no, this isn't for me. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, will I leave now? Will I excuse myself? I think, no, that'd be a bit rude. I'll wait to the end. And when at the end, will I tell them I'm not coming back, or will I just not come back? Or will I ring them during the week and tell them I'm not coming back? And I'm thinking of all these things. How am I going to extract myself from this meeting that just isn't for me? The next minute, everybody stands up and starts praying the Catena. And the most beautiful peace and joy came over me. And that was it. I was hooked. And to this day, I still think it's the most beautiful prayer. I did have to leave the Legion for a few years because the children were small, and I had a fourth child and then a fifth child. But I came back about 7 or 8 years ago. I rejoined again, and it's home. It's good to be home, isn't it?
Great.
Always.
Yeah, wonderful.
Always good to be home.
So it's great. It's great. As Mary said, you meet so many lovely people in the Legion, and people who care about you and who want you to learn more and know more. And we, as Lauren said, we all learn from each other. Every day is a new learning day, you know. It's great. There's always great wisdom and great encouragement and great support in the Legion, I have to say. Yeah, so it's wonderful. Great. Thanks, Lauren. And thanks very much, Mary. That was very inspiring talk, I must say.
Thanks, William. Can we now